VIPKID teacher. I live in rural Minnesota, and I'm making this video to answer some frequently asked questions about VIPKID. I did make a frequently asked questions video when I was only 2 months into this job, but now I've been teaching for a year. It is November 2018, so this is an updated video with some new information. So sit back and relax. I will answer all your questions. Dun, dun, dun. What is a VIPKID? What are the requirements? How much money do you make? What are the hours? What's the hiring process? And what supplies will I need? I'll put the timestamps below, so if you want to skip ahead to find out one of those specific questions, you can. What is VIPKID? Dino! This is their mascot. It is a relatively new company. It's a Chinese company. It started out of Beijing, and it's 5 years old as of November 2018. They have grown exponentially in the 5 years, and they offer a service of teaching English from native English speakers to Chinese children ages 3 to 13. So that's the service they provide. It's basically a Skype one-on-one tutoring session. Some of them speak zero English. Some you can have full English conversations with. It's a broad range. The thing that Chinese parents really love is that they're learning from a native accent. It's very popular. It is a growing company. They were on the Forbes 500 list 2 years ago for one of the best companies to work for. They've been on all the lists of like best remote jobs. People do this job from anywhere. So you can work anywhere you have solid internet connection. We'll get to that too in the requirements. The other thing I wanted to note is you don't need to speak any Chinese to do this job. You don't have to speak Mandarin. And I just now am starting to learn a little bit of Mandarin, just a little bit. It's so complicated, but you don't have to at all. And the cool thing is they don't speak any English in the beginning. You don't speak any Chinese, and you come together in this platform, and it's really amazing how you can connect. And they have the curriculum there that leads you carefully through it. Teachers don't have to prepare anything. It's all prepared for you, and it's right there. And the coolest thing is they get it. They understand. You can like literally see the light bulb go off, and they're like, oh, I know what she's saying. It's so cool. Number 2, if you want to teach for VIPKID, there's a few requirements. First of all, you have to have a bachelor's degree. This is a non-negotiable with VIPKID. There's other companies that do the same service that don't require a bachelor's. So if you don't have a bachelor's and you're interested in this, check out Magic Ears, check out GoGoKid, check out Dada ABC. But sorry, VIPKID is only for people who have a bachelor's degree. Now the good news is your bachelor's degree does not have to be in English education or in elementary education or in language acquisition or in anything like that. It just has to be a bachelor's degree. My last referral actually was a business major. She had a business degree, random, anything. And then the second requirement, so bachelor's degree, the second requirement is you have to have experience with children. And this is very broad. It can be anything from like coaching to being a homeschool mom to doing Sunday school to being an elementary school teacher. Any kind of experience with children. Okay? So those are the 2 main requirements. Also, this is kind of a assumed requirement. You have to have solid internet and Wi-Fi. Number 3. I know you want to know, how much money do we make? Is this a scam where you go through all the work and then you don't make any money? No, it's not like that. Also, it is not, for those who are wondering, it is not a MLM, multi-level marketing. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's nothing like that. It's just an online contract position. So you are an independent contractor. You don't technically work for VIPKID. You work for yourself, and then VIPKID hires you for a 6-month contract, and you are paid by how many classes you are booked and how many classes you teach. So the classes are 25 minutes, about half an hour if you include the couple minutes to write feedback afterwards. And every class is between $7 and $10 per class, depending on your experience and all of that. So that'll be determined when you're hired. So for example, I make $8 per class, and then there's all these bonuses that get added on. In the end, it works out to about $20 to $22 per hour. Now, the thing I want to note is you probably will not get a full schedule right away. That goes into, we'll talk about hours next. But it is a slow build. Like my first month, I started about a year ago, I made about $300. My second month, I made $600. So it depends on what your schedule is, how much you need to make. But now I've been working for a year, and every class that I want to be booked is booked. This is my only source of income now. One side note about money. You are, as I mentioned, an independent contractor, so you do have to pay your own taxes. They don't take taxes out. I set aside 10% of my income for taxes. Some people set aside as much as 30%. So it's kind of up to you and your family and how you pay taxes and what other taxes you have taken out. So just a thought for that if you're planning, if you're thinking ahead of how much you're going to make. For the hours, this is the tricky part. I'm not gonna lie to you, the hours are rough. They are 13 hours ahead of us. So right now it is 9 a.m. here in Central Standard Time. It is 10 p.m. I started teaching this morning at 5 a.m. Those are the prime time hours. So 5 Central Time, 5 to 8 a.m. are prime time hours. Because they're on the other side of the world, their prime time hours are their after school hours. So if you are interested in this job and you're thinking, oh my word, I am not a morning person, how am I ever going to make this work? The truth is, in the beginning, if I'm being honest with you, yes, you will have to work early morning hours. The good news is once you get moving and you get ratings and you get clients, you get bookings, you get regular students, you will be able to work evenings or weekends if you prefer that. But I'm not going to lie to you, the time change is difficult. Now I've been working for a year. I work from 5 to 8 or 9 a.m. depending on the day, 6 days a week, and I love it. I've adjusted to it. It fits into my day perfectly. It's a really great job for stay-at-home moms like me because you work early in the morning. My husband helps while the kids wake up, and then I have the rest of the day from 8 to on to be with my kids, and I don't think about my teaching. I don't lesson plan. I don't have to do any correcting or grading or teacher conferences or meetings or professional development. None of that. It's so easy. It's the easiest job. Next, the hiring process. It changes occasionally, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. My best advice to you is to go on YouTube and Google VIPKID hiring process 2018 or whenever it is you're applying, because it does change occasionally. But the basic format is you do an online form just to make sure you have your bachelor's and experience with kids, as I mentioned, and a couple, just specifics like your college you went to, that kind of thing, kind of like a resume. And then you'll do an interview with a Chinese employee of VIPKID online, and part of the interview is they actually pretend to be a student to see how you would interact with them and how you'd get them to speak English. It's really fun. So my tips are, if you are a teacher, a brick and mortar classroom elementary teacher in the States, this is a new set of skills beyond this. So you need to do a little bit of research, look up ESL teaching skills, online teaching skills, learn about getting students to speak online, learn about TPR. TPR is like, I want to hear you say this word, and then using your fingers, your gestures, your actions to get output, speaking output from the student. It's kind of a learned skill. Do a little bit of research on YouTube before you apply an interview. You can do it. It's really not that hard. You can learn it. It's just a new skill base. And for the hiring process, after you are interviewed, if you're hired or not, and then you'll go through the mock class certification process. You'll get to choose if you wish to work with more younger kids or more older kids, depending on your preference. love the babies. Give me all the 3, 4, 5-year-olds. I love them all. They're my favorite. And then you get to be certified in whatever levels you choose. So there's levels from level 1, which are 3 and 4-year-olds, up to level 6, which are very fluent students who are really preparing for university. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and it's supplies. What supplies do you need for this job? The biggest thing, your picture, the biggest thing is a computer. You need to have some kind of device, a computer or an iPad, and you also need, they just added this requirement, you need to have a headset. And the best part about it, it has the microphone right here, and it has a mute button, which I love. It's very handy. That's just so the students can hear you pronounce the words more properly. Beyond that, the computer, the headset, and the really reliable Wi-Fi, there's a few things that you probably will need that'll just be useful. You'll need a whiteboard. This is where we draw things, we write words, we do some blending with whiteboards. You need to have some kind of background that looks educational. Some people keep it very simple, some people go all out. I like to have a map because a lot of the lessons are about the world. I like to have the United States and Chinese flag because we talk a lot about the two cultures. And then I love these posters. One has colors and shapes and one has, can you see? Short vowels. Things that you actually use to teach. I have a little globe with stuffed animals, about the days of the week and the months of the year, letter cards. Made this prop. Blending. You can go all out and get tons of props, or you can keep it very simple. It's up to you. People who travel a lot keep it very simple. Usually just use a whiteboard. Supplies. You'll see most VIPKID teachers wear an orange shirt. It used to be a requirement. Orange is their brand color, but it is not a requirement anymore. I'm back. So I wanted to show you the teacher app. So there's the portal that you use on the website, and then there's an app. I have it on my iPhone, and it is so useful. It shows you everything you need to know about your upcoming classes. You can look through the PowerPoints ahead of time, prepare. It shows you your upcoming students. It has your stats. Here's my stats for today. I'm almost at a year. Look at that, 363 days. It has your feedback. So I should tell you about feedback. Feedback, you write feedback to the parents about how their student did, and then they write feedback to you and they rate you 5 stars. And how you get more and more parents to see you is you get more and more 5-star ratings. So it's kind of you have to build it up slowly. I've been working for a year exactly, and I have 371 feedbacks. Not all perfect. No, I know I have one less than perfect. It makes me sad, but it's part of the job. So that's on the app. Also on the app, you can track your schedule, and this is where you can book or open up slots for booking. I have a whole YouTube video about the teacher app and how it works and everything on it, all its features. So if you're curious about that, you can look there. So that is everything I wanted to tell you about VIPKID. I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any other questions, first, I would start by looking through, on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist for newbies and applicants. Check out those playlists. Look around. YouTube is really a good medium to use when you're starting to think about this job because it's kind of become the way that VIPKID teachers communicate, and it's where our community is, this and Facebook group. Give it a look. Check it out. Think about what your questions are. If you have any questions that are specific to your situations, email them to me or put them in the comments, and I'd love to help you. For people who are really truly interested in this job, it is a lifesaver. It is a blessing to my family. It's the only way I could stay home with my girls. So I love it. I'm so grateful for it. And I think you should give it a try. All right. Thanks. Goodbye.